In a small town in America, a 13-year-old boy named Michael lived with his mother in a tiny house near a church. Life was difficult because his father had lost his job and left for another city to find work. Every night Michael prayed to Jesus, asking for help and strength. One cold evening, while walking home from church, he saw a homeless old man shivering on a bench. Although he owned only one warm jacket, Michael gave it to the man without hesitation. The old man smiled and said, "God bless you, son." Inspired by his faith, Michael continued helping others even while his own family struggled. A few weeks later, his school announced a national scholarship competition. Michael studied day and night, trusting Jesus to guide him. Many students laughed at him, saying he would never win. But he never stopped believing. On the day of the results, the principal announced that Michael had won first place and received a full scholarship. The entire school applauded as tears of joy filled his eyes. That same evening, his father returned home with wonderful news. He had found a good job and could finally support the family again. Michael and his parents knelt together and thanked Jesus for his blessings. As the years passed, Michael never forgot the struggles he had faced. He spent his time helping poor families, feeding the hungry, donating books to children, and serving at church. One day he thought he saw the same homeless man again, but when he tried to reach him, the man mysteriously disappeared. The church pastor later told him, "Sometimes God sends people into our lives to test our faith and kindness." Michael never forgot those words. He grew up to become known across America for his compassion and charity work. And whenever people asked him the secret of his success, he always answered, "My success came from faith in Jesus and a heart willing to help others." Through his journey, Michael learned that the greatest miracle is not money, fame, or success, but a life filled with faith, love, kindness, and trust in Jesus Christ, whose light can guide even the darkest moments and bring hope to those who never give up believing. In the heart of Texas, America, there lived a 14-year-old boy named David who loved Jesus with all his heart. Every Sunday he attended church with his mother and spent hours reading the Bible. One summer, a terrible drought struck the town. Rivers dried up, farms began to fail, and many families lost hope. David's father was a farmer, and their fields turned brown under the scorching sun. The family struggled to earn enough money, and some neighbors even left town searching for work. One night, David knelt beside his bed and prayed, "Lord Jesus, please help our town. People are suffering, and many are losing faith." The next morning, he felt a strong desire to help others instead of worrying about himself. He began visiting elderly neighbors, carrying water, delivering food, and encouraging everyone with Bible verses. As weeks passed, more young people joined him. Together they formed a small community group that helped struggling families. One evening, while David was returning home, he met an old traveler dressed in simple clothes standing beside a dusty road. The man asked for water. Although David had very little left in his bottle, he gladly shared it. The traveler smiled warmly and said, "Those who show mercy will never be forgotten." Before David could say anything else, the man walked away and disappeared into the darkness. That night, a powerful storm suddenly arrived. Rain poured across the entire region. The dry fields absorbed the water, rivers began to fill again, and farmers celebrated throughout the town. David's father's crops slowly recovered, and the family's situation improved. People called it a miracle. Months later, David continued helping others, believing that true faith meant serving people. One day, a major charity organization heard about his work and awarded him a scholarship for his dedication to the community. News channels shared his story across America, inspiring thousands of people. When reporters asked David how he stayed positive during difficult times, he replied, "Jesus taught us to love others even when life is hard. Faith grows strongest during storms." Years passed, and David became a respected leader known for helping communities in need. Yet he never forgot the drought, the suffering, or the mysterious traveler who had asked for water. Whenever he looked back on his journey, he realized that the greatest miracle was not the rain that saved the farms or the success that followed, but the way Jesus transformed fear into faith, weakness into strength, and one ordinary boy into a source of hope for an entire town. And so David spent the rest of his life sharing the message that no matter how dark the situation may seem, Jesus never abandons those who trust him, and a single act of kindness can change countless lives forever.